Hey, beautiful souls. I am back with a new reading today. And no, we are not going to waste time because Spirit is coming in loud right now. Take a deep breath because what I'm about to reveal isn't just a message. This is a truth reveal. This is the kind of reading that makes your chest feel heavy, your stomach turn, and your spirit whisper, I knew it. I knew something was off. So let's begin. What's plainly displayed here is this. Your person picked over you. They dismissed you, ghosted you, walked away, or acted like you were too much or not enough. They made you feel like you were the problem, like you were the reason things couldn't work. But the truth, you weren't the problem. You were the mirror. And your person couldn't handle what they saw in your love. Accountability, depth, real commitment, real growth. So they chose the path of least resistance. They stepped into another situation, another person, another connection, another option, because it looked easier. It looked more convenient. It looked like they could avoid responsibility and still get comfort. But Spirit is showing me something very clearly now. That choice didn't become their blessing. It became their downfall because there was a sudden, harsh closure between them and that person. And I'm not talking about a simple breakup. I'm talking about something that felt like an emotional car crash, unexpected, messy, humiliating, and painful. And after that closure, their life started shaking. I'm seeing misfortunes stacked on misfortunes. Monetary loss, material loss, reputation damage, emotional collapse, stress, anxiety, sleeplessness, regret that won't let them breathe. This isn't a gentle lesson. This is karma coming in like a storm, saying, you don't get to destroy a pure heart and walk away untouched. Now listen closely, because this part is important. I see a huge chance of another person's interference, someone who played a major role in your person leaving you, confusing them, turning them against you, or pressuring them to choose someone else. And yes, for many of you, it's exactly what you already suspected. It may have been their mother. It may have been their sister. It may have been a dominating female presence in their life, someone controlling, over-involved, emotionally manipulative, or overly protective in a toxic way. Someone who didn't want to let go of the control they had over your person. Someone who wanted to remain the gatekeeper of their choices. Someone who acted like your person's heart was not theirs to give, like it was family property. And because your person was weak in boundaries, they allowed it. They let someone else hold the steering wheel of their life. They weren't prepared to settle down with you, not because you weren't worthy, but because they were afraid. Afraid of responsibility, afraid of stepping into adulthood, afraid of choosing you and having to defend that choice. So instead of standing up for you, they ran. They picked a connection that their circle approved of, a connection that looked safe, a connection that was chosen for them, influenced for them, arranged emotionally for them. And your person believed the lie. They thought, this is it. This is the one. This is the better choice. But Spirit says the truth that came out later shattered them because the person they chose over you, this karmic connection, was not what they pretended to be. I'm seeing deception. I'm seeing someone who played a role, someone who acted sweet, loyal, supportive, but behind the scenes was calculating. And for some of you, it gets even darker. I see the possibility of this person taking money, draining resources, using your person materially. I see them lying on your person's name. I see them twisting stories, manipulating narratives, making your person look like the villain. And your person is sitting there thinking, how could this happen to me? I trusted them. They never expected betrayal, especially not from the one they chose while walking away from you. And this is the part that's going to sting to hear. Your person is now being forced to understand something painful. They didn't lose you because you weren't good enough. They lost you because they listened to the wrong voices. They gave their power away. They allowed outside interference to poison their mind against you. And now that the illusion has collapsed, their eyes are open, but it didn't open gently. It opened through loss. It opened through humiliation. It opened through a lesson that left them on their knees. I see this cycle ending horrendously: fights, arguments, chaos, stress, intense energy. Whatever they stepped into after leaving you, it didn't become peace. It became war. And the moment that connection collapsed, something else began. They started missing you in a way they couldn't control. Not just missing your presence, missing your voice, missing the way you cared, missing the safety they felt with you. Because now, without you, their life is quiet in the wrong way. And in that quiet, truth becomes loud. Your absence has become the loudest teacher in their life. It's during this time, when they are not with you, when they can finally soak reality from every faucet. All the lies they were fed, all the doubts placed in their mind, all the manipulation, it's dissolving. Because when people aren't happy, they can pretend. But when suffering comes, the mask falls. And now Spirit is showing me something shocking. That same person who interfered, mother, sister, family figure, controlling friend, is beginning to feel regret. Not just a little guilt. I'm seeing actual spiritual discomfort, a heavy conscience, because they are watching your person suffer now, and they can't deny it anymore. They can't celebrate the outcome. They can't pretend they won, because what happened? It backfired. And now they're realizing, we ruined something real. We ruined someone's life. We harmed an innocent person. And Spirit is saying, some of these people are waking up because they're being confronted internally by their own soul, their own guilt, their own spiritual consequences. They know they had no right to interfere like that. No right to play God in someone else's love life. No right to decide who your person should love, marry, choose, commit to. And now your person is possibly saying things like, look what you made me do. This happened because you pushed me. You ruined it. And that's why the one who interfered feels regret. Because now they're not being rewarded with control. They're being faced with blame. But let's talk about the biggest truth revealed. Your person knows they were wrong. They know the way they left you was wrong. They know the words they said were wrong. They know the coldness they showed was wrong. And what they're experiencing now is deeper than sadness. It's the realization that they had something rare, and they threw it away. Spirit is showing me this. Your person thought they trapped the best option. They thought they secured their future. But what came out later, what got revealed, destroyed everything in one blow. Because that karmic connection wasn't built on love. It was built on image, pressure, convenience, validation, and control. And when reality came out, it collapsed. Now, here's the part you need to hear for your heart. You might be sitting there thinking, so why does this matter to me? He still hurt me. And you're right. This message is not here to excuse them. It's here to free you from the lie that you weren't enough. You were enough. You were more than enough. They didn't leave because you lacked value. They left because they lacked courage. And now, Spirit is showing me that your person is seeing you clearly, finally. They are remembering how you loved them when they were hard to love, how you stayed consistent, how you tried to communicate, how you didn't play games, how you cared about the future. And they are haunted by it because they can't unknow what they know now. They can't unsee the truth. And that truth is this: you were the real one. The other situation was a lesson, and the lesson cost them you. Now, does that mean they're coming back immediately? Not necessarily, because I see pride. I see shame. I see fear of rejection. I see them thinking, how can I face them after what I did? What if they moved on? What if they hate me? And here's another emotional truth. They're not just afraid you'll reject them. They're afraid you'll look at them with indifference. Because indifference is what destroys them. Not anger, not tears. Indifference. Because if you become emotionally free, they lose the last piece of control they had. the belief that you would always be waiting. Spirit is also showing me that this karmic collapse is forcing your person to finally break that controlled pattern. The pattern of letting family run their life. The pattern of choosing approval over love. The pattern of giving their power away. And for many of you, this is why it had to happen like this. Because if it didn't end in disaster, they would have never learned. They would have stayed trapped. They would have repeated the same cycle forever. So yes, this is harsh, but it is awakening them. Now let's bring it back to you, beautiful soul, because the message isn't only about them suffering. It's about you healing. You may still feel the echoes of what they did, the abandonment, the betrayal, the confusion, the unfairness. And Spirit wants you to know your love wasn't foolish. Your heart wasn't weak. You weren't too emotional. You were genuine. And in a world full of masks, genuine love is rare. So if this message resonates, I want you to do something right now. Put your hand on your heart and say, quietly or loudly, I release the lie that I was not enough. I release the pain of being chosen last. I call my power back because the truth is being revealed. Yes, about them, but also about you. And the truth about you is this: you weren't rejected, you were redirected. You were protected from a person who wasn't ready to choose you with strength. And if they come back, it won't be with the same energy. Because now they've seen what happens when they betray the real thing. Now they've tasted the cost. And Spirit is saying, they are learning. But you are rising. So stay grounded. Stay wise. If they reach out, don't melt. Don't chase. Don't beg for the version of them that couldn't protect you. Let them come as a healed person, or not at all. Because your destiny isn't to be someone's almost. Your destiny is to be someone's finally. And beautiful soul, the truth is already moving. The masks are falling. The interference is being exposed. And the same people who thought they could control your love story are realizing they just triggered a spiritual storm they cannot escape. Because what's meant for you cannot be stolen. And what's meant to learn will be forced to learn. Hold your head up. Your heart was real. And real hearts never lose. They just outgrow what couldn't honor them.